What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy Benji. Back at it again. Anyway, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, I really like kids. Oh, God, the fuck. Like, I mean, the other day, I literally tweeted, I want a kid. 1.2 thousand likes and 348 replies. Yo, this tweet got support. Now, I mean, I wasn't really being serious, but I wasn't really, like, not being serious, because, you know what I mean? Like, I do hope to be a cool and trendy hip dad and sometime in the future, but, like, right now, bro, I'm only 15. What? But you know what? Just because of the support on that tweet, if this video manages to get, like, I don't know, 20,000 likes, I'll have a kid right now. But, you know, speaking of being a parent at 15, let's bump it down a year, shall we? 14 and pregnant. My story. Or, as I like to call it, how I ruined my life at only 14 years old.
So I'm gonna start off with how me and my son's father met. It was my freshman year in high school. I saw him at the orientation, which was just 3 days before the first day of school. The first minute I laid eyes on him, I knew he was like everything I wanted, from hair, eyes, to skin, to height, to everything. I knew I wanted him instantly or whatever.
Hang on, what is this logic? It was the first day of high school, and when I first laid my eyes on him, I just knew it was true love. Like, I'm telling you right now, 90% of girls have had this feeling before, and it's not true love. And for the few occurrences where it actually is true love, they don't get pregnant at 14.
I knew I wanted him instantly or whatever.
Whatever, you know, I wasn't too sure, but I mean, I knew I wanted him or whatever. I mean, I'm pregnant now, so whatever. I kind of have to wonder how all this happened. Like, I mean, obviously there's the unprotected part, but like, what happened leading up to this? Hey, you're really attractive and I kind of like you. Oh yeah, well, I mean, you're pretty attractive too. Oh, really? Yeah, so what are you doing Saturday night? I don't know, having babies? Okay, this is ridiculous.
So, of course I was nervous and I was a shy person at the time. Like, I don't talk to people, or I didn't at the time. I always had the mentality like I'm gonna get what I want. Like, I've always had that mentality. I'm really spoiled.
What type of motivational speech is this? Yeah, you know, I've always had this mentality or whatever, where if I put my mind to anything, I'm going to do it. No matter how hard it is, no matter the obstacle, I'm going to do it. You know, it's always been a lifelong dream of mine to become pregnant, and last year I was only 13 and I wasn't pregnant, but now I'm 14 and now I am pregnant. You know, I had days where I had to wake up at 3 a.m. sharp in the morning to record a YouTube video. Hours of blood, tears, sweat, even poop sometimes because I got overwhelmed. Yes, I am almost 16 years old and poop is still funny. But what I'm saying here, buddy, is don't you give up. Don't you go giving up on me.
So, of course I was nervous and I was a shy person at the time. Like, I don't talk to people, or I didn't at the time. I always had the mentality like I'm gonna get what I want.
Was that even funny? I feel like that was kind of stupid. Almost more stupid than being pregnant at 14 years old. Wow.
I sat right behind him. I was nervous. I was scared. I wanted to talk to him, but I didn't know how, and I know he was a shy person because I never heard his voice once. So then a week goes by and two kids get kicked out because they didn't belong.
Damn, little man, you good? Sounds like you're about to cough up blood.
It goes by and two kids get kicked out because they didn't belong.
Jesus Christ, go help him, ma. Pick him up and pat him on the back so he burps or something like that. I don't know. Isn't that what you do? Like, you pat it on the back and like it burps and everything is fine? Not like I would know. I'm not a dad. I've said this so many times before, but there is no way, Jose, that I'll be able to take care of a baby right now. I can't even take care of myself. I go like 5 days without eating proper food. And you expect me to take care of a baby? Are you crazy? Alright, truth be told, this is why you should not be banging at the age of 13 and 14, alright? You're throwing away your life. And I know that might sound completely unrealistic, because like once you're around that age and you fall in love and hormones are going crazy, whatever, like of course you're gonna want to do that. But listen, please, for the love of God, if you're going to, then please use protection so this does not happen. Like, I hate to be that guy, but I kind of just have to tell you, the father of your baby is so stupid it kind of hurts. Like, I know it's a super typical thing to say that, oh, all guys think with the wrong heads, But how do you think with your wrong head so hard that you become a dad at 14? Are you crazy? Was it that hard to pull out, bro? Could not be me.
In that class, and she switches the seats again, and then she calls my name, and I thought I was good, but she calls his name right after mine, which means he now sits behind me. And another week goes by. We still haven't talked, but he starts like tapping his pencil on his desk, and I was getting annoyed, but at the same time I saw it as a shot to take. I turn around and I tell him to stop. I wasn't a nice person either, but I asked him to stop, and he smiled at me, and as soon as he smiled at me, I knew I wanted him for sure. I knew he was like feeling me too. So we kind of started like talking, but only in class. I would say like a couple days. He follows me on Instagram, and I asked him what flavor gum he gave me that day, and he says You're gonna have to text me to find out.
Wow, really? That's what you call real love? Hey, you want some gum? Me, really? Yeah, I got some Hubba Bubba right here, and the flavor is teen pregnancy. Look, I don't know why I'm trying to make it seem like the baby's father is like some sort of douche canoe, but that's really just what it comes across as. Like, if you get a 14-year-old girl pregnant when you're 14, as a guy, you're kind of just a douche. Like, how are you that unresponsible? Like, it's really just childish. Like, you're a kid and you're having a kid, and it's not like you're 19 years old and you're like a multi-millionaire. You're like some random 14-year-old. And like, being a random 14-year-old, that's completely fine, but like, if you're 14, act 14, alright? Please don't act 25. You're not ready to have babies. If I had a baby right now, I would probably cry more than the baby itself. Wah, it's 3 a.m. I want milk. I'm gonna cry for no reason. I would not be able to take that right now. I'm sorry. I barely get like 5 hours of sleep to begin with, so this is just like a whole new level. Anyway, for this next part of the video, I'm gonna have one of my friends come on. His name is Lofi. He's a pretty small channel, but he's super underrated, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys could go over on his channel and, you know, subscribe to him. You can find the link to his channel in the description, and yeah, I'm gonna hand it over to Lofi, and I'll catch you guys in the outro.
I'm gonna start off with how me and my son's father met. It was my freshman year in high school. I saw him at the orientation, which was just 3 days before the first day of school. The first minute I laid eyes on him, I knew he was like everything I wanted.
Bro, who walks up on the first day of school, looks at the first guy they see and goes, damn, I want him to touch my tra-la-la. Like, when I was 14, I was thinking about who I was trying to Beyblade battle next, not who I wanted inside of me. This chick saw her baby daddy, brought him to her room and said, hey, I want you to 3, 2, 1, let it rip in my coochie. Like, no, if you're gonna do the diddle, at least wrap your whittle. What? Anyways, what is up, guys? It's your boy Lofi here. I just want to say shout out to Benji for letting me on the channel. Really appreciate it, broski. I'll try my best not to get you demonetized, alright? I promise. If you guys could check out my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Link in the description. But yeah, today we're gonna be looking at a chick who got pregnant at 14 years old. Now, I really only have one question for this chick and like her boyfriend or her baby daddy or whatever. Where were your parents? Like, when I was 14, I could barely ride my bike across the street without my mom wondering if I was gonna go smoke crack. But yet somehow, this girl and her little Prince Charming were able to be alone long enough for her to get preggers, so I'ma call bad parenting right there. But yeah, enough of me talking, let's dive right into this video.
I ended up getting a class with him. So, of course, I was nervous, and I was a shy person at the time. Like, I don't talk to people. I didn't at the time. I always had the mentality, like, I'm gonna get what I want. Like, I've always had that mentality. I'm really spoiled. When I saw him in my class, I knew that was gonna be an opportunity or whatever.
So you're telling me that this chick was like, yo, this man will be mine, and if he's not gonna be mine, I'm going to cut his nuts off, and when I cut his nuts off, I'm gonna show it to the next boy I'm with, and tell him that this is what will happen if you do not be with me. Like, I know that's not how it was, but this chick is talking about how she has that spoiled mentality, I always get what I want. I hate people that have that mentality. Like, they never consider what happens if they don't get what they want, and usually when they don't get what they want, they throw a huge fit. Like, I don't have a problem with you having an ambitious, you know, personality or whatever, but this chick's talking about, yeah, I'm spoiled, I know that was gonna be my man's. I look at him, I was like, yo, that's my man's. Like, she didn't even give him time to think for himself. She had already decided, yo, he's gonna have my babies.
But I was still scared. So on the first day, I sat as far away from him as I could.
And honestly, it should have stayed that way. You know, not to be rude, but I'm just saying, seeing as you got prego and all.
She ended up calling his name and then calling my name right after, which meant I sat right behind him. I was nervous. I was scared. I wanted to talk to him, but I didn't know how, and I know he was a shy person because I never heard his voice once.
You never heard his voice, so you assumed that he was shy? Maybe he just didn't want to talk to you. I cannot tell you how many classes I've been in where I didn't talk to anybody because everybody in there was whack as fuck.
But he starts like tapping his pencil on his desk, and I was getting annoyed, but at the same time I saw it as a shot to take. I turn around and I tell him to stop. I wasn't a nice person either, but I asked him to stop. And he smiled at me, and as soon as he smiled at me, I knew I wanted him for sure.
A couple years from now, this kid is gonna grow up and be like, hey, how did you and dad meet? And this teenage mother is gonna have to tell her son, your father was tapping a pencil and it got on my nerves, so I turned around and told him to stop. Then after lunch, we banged, and 9 months later, you came along. That is the most unromantic story I've ever heard in my entire life.
He follows me on Instagram, and I asked him what flavor gum he gave me that day, and he says, you're gonna have to text me to find out. So that was like his way to talk to me.
I feel like this is what that 1-5 gum ad where the guy was writing the love notes and drawing little pictures on the gum wrappers for that girl. This is what that ad was trying to do. Promote teen pregnancy. Nah, but for real though, how awkward do you have to be to hit a girl up and be like, what flavor gum did I give you? Yeah. Text me to find out. Like, that is the worst incentive ever. I'm not gonna text anybody to figure out what flavor gum. I can literally just go to the store and look at the flavors until I figure out, oh, That's the package that I saw. The flavor was mint. Or just look it up on the internet. That would be way easier. Alright, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit because she talks way too much and gives unnecessary details about gum flavors and stuff. But yeah, long story short, her and the guy start dating. Wow, what a coinky dink. And then they start, doing the do. And wow, who knew that having makes babies? Oh my god, I never knew that before.
So we went to the ER. First thing they asked me was, are you active? And I said no, because my mom didn't know and I wasn't gonna out myself if I wasn't pregnant. So they instantly think I'm dehydrated and they put me on an IV. They take my urine sample just in case I am pregnant. And an hour goes by, the nurse comes in, she says, you're pregnant.
You know the one thing I never understood about people finding out they're pregnant? Like, so many people are like so surprised, like, what? How is this possible? Like, even if you wear a condom or if you're on birth control or whatever, any type of, you know, birth control or birth prevention stuff is not 100% effective. So anytime you have ever, there's always a chance you're gonna get pregnant. So every time people are always like, what? How did this happen? I'm like, you do know that you had, right? Like, you are aware that you did it, right? Not knowing you did the diddly is like forgetting you met Keanu Reeves in the checkout line at Walmart. It's unfathomable. Unless you were like drunk or something, but even then, you gotta wake up at some point. Bill Cosby learned that lesson the hard way.
And I smiled. I smiled because me and my boyfriend were fighting. We were having problems. So I smiled because I knew having a baby was gonna give me a reason to live. It was gonna give me a purpose in life, and I was gonna have someone to love me unconditionally because I didn't get that love from my family and I didn't get that love from him.
Who at 14 years old is excited to be pregnant? Like, I guess you just said, yeah, my family was kind of broken and this baby will love me forever, but I was going through some really retarded stuff whenever I was in high school, and I've had several pregnancy scares, and not a single time did I think, yes, this is so great. This baby will love me forever because my mom doesn't love me. She didn't get me hot Cheetos for lunch. I was scared out of my mind. One time I had a full-on panic attack while standing in the lunch line at school. I ended up laying on the floor and rocking back and forth to try to calm myself down. Not even a joke, that actually happened. But yeah, this is where I sign off. Thanks again, Benji, for letting me on the channel. If you're new to his channel, go ahead and subscribe, and you guys should go follow me on Instagram. I skateboard and stuff. Yeah, anyways, I've been Lofi. Peace.
Thank you, Lofi. That was beautiful. Anyway, I think that if there's anything to take away from this video, it's really just don't get pregnant at 14, and, you know, don't get pregnant before you're ready. And guess what? You're not ready when you're 14. Teen pregnancy is a hard thing, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, props to this girl for actually, you know, speaking out about it and helping other people that may be in the same situation as her. Anyway, I don't know if you guys feel like there's been a lot of collabs recently, like too much. It's definitely not going to become a norm or whatever, but, you know, I really just wanted to help out my friend Lofi. Like I said, super underrated. Link to his channel is in the description down below. And with that being said, this is where I'll be wrapping up the video. If you did enjoy this video, then please make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, if you want to go follow me on Twitter, then you can. It's at RDBenji. And if you don't have Twitter, don't worry, my friend, because you can find me over on Instagram too. You can find me on Instagram at the RDBenji. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching again. I love all you guys. Keep 100, and I'm out. Peace.